Alright, YouTube, I'm back with another one, man. And before I get this video started, man, please like, share, and subscribe. It's free, it's painless as always, and to help the channel grow, man. So with that being said, let's get going on this video. If you read the thumbnail, you read the title, you know what's going on. Today is the day I finally get to put the mod on, man. This mod been sitting in my living room for a month, getting dusty. It's dust on the box. Anyway, if you watched the last video, man, you know the last two videos, you know what happened, what set me back. I was supposed to put this mod on the day before my incident, and yeah. Anyway, watch the last video so you can get caught up with what's going on. But today is a new day. Today is the day I finally get the mod put on. I'm going to show y'all what's inside the box. I already opened it up because I was in the process of making this video before, but I just went and deleted all the other videos and we gonna start from scratch, you feel me? So, huge shout out to GPI, man. I do want to put in this video that I ordered the wrong intake, the first order. I clicked the wrong button and GPI took that intake back when they normally don't. They looked out for me. I told them I'm gonna shout them out. GPI, highly recommend, great customer service, all right? So, let's get that out of there. Show y'all the Lt2 intake, man, and this is the map harness extension. So with these Lt2 intakes, you do have to modify them. You can do it yourself, or hit up the boys at GTI and they'll do the modifications for you, man. So with that being said, lift this bad boy up. Ooh, hold on. All right. I'm gonna stop. So I ain't want to drop that intake, man. It's too much money right here. Actually, it's actually a good deal for the horsepower gain you get. I'm looking to get about 20 horsepower just from installing this intake. But you see, stock throttle body, ported. It's definitely ported, nice and clean. I don't see no nicks or cracks or nothing, man. Going into the runners, I also had them port the runners. Those look nice and clean. If y'all can see. And you see this right here. So the Lt2 doesn't sit flush coming from the factory. This is another modification you have to do at the bottom with grinding that down and sanding it down to make it fit on top of the LT original place, on top of your engine or whatever. So that being said, man, I'm already pre-set up outside. So I'm gonna take this outside and we go get it going. All right, so now we outside, man. I can explain this a little bit more. So the brake booster, they moved that because I think on the LT1, it's obviously in a different place. So they got that for us. They got the underbelly smoothed down so it'll make the fitment. And then you get your map sensor harness extension and you're gonna be hooking that up to here. All right, so we gonna work on getting this old one out dirty. Don't worry about that because that's coming out, you know what I mean? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got 5 10mm bolts on each side of the intake. You can take those off, but first I'm actually gonna take off my cold air intake hose. I'm actually gonna get this out of the way from here to here. I'm gonna just take this out of the way, and then I'm gonna start getting going on those bolts. Be right back. Real quick. So all I did was I'm just moving stuff out of the way, man. So this pipe right here, you just take this clip, undo that one and just slide that out, and then this goes here, and if you can see, you just press this button and it releases. So it sits on there like that. You press the button, pop off. That's it. I'm just gonna move that carefully over there, and then the other one that goes across right here, same thing. I'm just gonna move that gently over here out the way. Boom. Now I'm gonna start getting going, taking the intake hose out. Alright, so now that I got that hose out the way, give me some more room to work with. I'm gonna start unhooking my throttle body. These are 10mm bolts, it's 4. And I'm gonna take this part off, throttle body, and we got another, I think this is your PCV pipe. I'm gonna come back to this and explain what I did or what I'm going to do. Y'all go see. But I'm gonna take this off, same little mechanism, press that button, and then take that bolt off. I'll be back when I get these off. Alright, I got my throttle body off, and it's actually just sitting right here off to the side because there's a lot of zip ties keeping that harness on that throttle body, and I don't want to mess with that. It's obviously zip tied because that harness probably loose or something, so I ain't even gonna mess with that. I'm gonna just set it right here off to the side and continue to take these bolts off. So I'm gonna take this off here, and then the 5 bolts on each side of the intake, and I think I got 2 more disconnects, and then it should be ready to pull up, man. I also want to point out I did take this PCB pipe. It goes here, but on the Lt2, as you can see, it sticks straight up instead of being right here. So I actually went to AutoZone and bought some pipe, some hose, some more hose, so I can make that fitment. So I'll show y'all that later in the video. Yeah, I lied. This was an 8mm right here. Alright, take that off. I better use 2 hands so I don't drop nothing in the engine bay. That'll be a problem. I got all the bolts loose on each side. Now, what we have to do is take this brake booster line off right here. It's gonna be hard to see, but basically it's like you just push the sleeve down with the flathead and then pull the pipe out. So I ain't gonna be able to hold the camera right here, but if you ever hooked up an airline, it's the same thing. It's a little sleeve hugging the airline. You just push that back and pull the hose. So that's what I'm gonna do with the flathead. Then it'll be ready to lift up. I finally got it, man. It took a little minute. Took a little minute, man. But that's your brake booster line. I got that out. Now, this bad boy ready to make sure you got everything. I got everything disconnected. This is my E85. I'm gonna work around this. I ain't gonna disconnect that. But yeah, it's ready to get lifted up, baby. Let's go. All right, we got that bad boy out of there, man. So if you doing this on a stock car, you might have, you're gonna have some foam and a couple layers right here. Like, I think it's like a little heat shield and some foam or something, but obviously mine is gone, so we not gonna worry about it. The cylinders look a little oily, man, but see if we can do something about that, man. Getting like a catch can or something, a little oil. All right, man, so you can see it's a huge difference between the Lt2 and the Lt1, man. Big difference. Very big difference. This thing is pretty massive compared to the Lt1, man. Pretty massive. Let's look at some of these cylinders. It's a little oily, man. Not too bad, though. Not too bad. These gaskets look pretty fairly new. So what we gonna do is reuse these gaskets and transfer it over here. And our screws, our bolts, we go knock these out and transfer these over to there and put this bad boy back together, man. It's that simple, y'all. That simple. Before I put these on, I'm actually gonna clean these. I'm gonna go get a rag and I'm gonna cut the camera back on. I'm gonna clean some of these gaskets, man, before I transfer them over.
These gaskets pretty new. They're very new. They are very new. They just got a little oil on them.
I don't know if this like how you gotta do it or is it like an OCD thing? But I'm gonna take off one side and put them in the exact same order how I'm taking them out on this one. So it's just my thing. I don't know if it matter or not, honestly. This is my first time doing this. So all right, so I got all the gaskets cleaned and swapped over to the new intake. This is the old intake. This is the Lt2. Got all the gaskets nice and clean and switched over. Now it's just a matter of putting it back on, hooking everything back up, man. I forgot one part. So we gonna be reusing our hardware, but to get these out, you kind of gotta just knock them out. I'll show you how to switch these over from here real quick. I don't know where my hammer went. Just take a little, another little screw. Boom. A hammer would be easier. I gotta find my hammer, but that's how they pop out. You just go slide them over right into they new home. Boom, just like that. All right, I got all the bolts in from off the old intake to the new intake and the gaskets. Last step is to get an Allen wrench, take this off, which I already unscrewed. It's not that easy, I already did it, and put this over here. It's your map sensor harness. So put that in, boom, and we go tighten that down. And I'll turn the camera back on. But after you get that, your bolts switched over, your gasket switched over, and your map sensor switched over, you be ready to put it back into the car, man. I'm turning the camera back on when I get this tightened down, and we get ready to hook it back into the car. All right, I got all the bolts tightened down on each side. Now I cleaned the throttle body too. Throttle body was a little bit dirty, not too bad. I just cleaned that up while I had it out. I'm gonna start hooking everything back up, putting it back in place, man. Now I'll turn the camera back on when I get it all hooked up. It's looking good in there though, man, don't it? It look real good. That mug beefy, boy. You're supposed to put on at least 20 horsepower, they say, man. 20 to 25, so we gonna try it out, man. Just about done, man. I'm gonna show y'all the map sensor harness and then also what I had to do for this PCB pipe. I'll show y'all that. So this is the factory PCB bows. So obviously this ain't gonna reach down to there. See what I'm saying? So what I did, I went to AutoZone. I did a little fitment test, got me some holes. And what I did, I'm gonna make sure this is on there very snug. We'll go down there first. Boom, that's snug. And then up to the top right there. And I can actually cut some of that off, but it might be fine. I might leave it like that, just cause. And it's pretty tight on there, man. It's a fit tight. You gotta pull that bad boy off for it to actually come off. So that's what I did for that. Just went to AutoZone, got some silicone hose and did a fitment test. That fits perfectly, it's snug. And that's what I did, man. I'm gonna finish buttoning it up. And this is where you get that map sensor extension that GPI provides. Okay, plug that in to there, like that. Boom. And then the other end over here, like that. Almost like that. Boom, like that. All right. So you got the map sensor extension harness. Got that plugged in. Got your new hose for your PCB. And we just swing this bad boy over. And that's gonna go clip right back into here. Like that. And this one is going to actually go. Oh, that goes to my that actually goes to my intake hose. All right, man, there it is. She all buttoned up. That boy looking good in there, man. That bad boy looking good. You just, all you gotta do is double check, make sure you got everything plugged up, everything tightened down and secure. Got my brake booster, that's hooked up in the back. Intake, cold air intake hose hooked back up. Clamps tightened down. This kind of sketchy to me, but because it's up a little higher, but I don't think it's gonna go nowhere. And then we got our little PCB, little hose there, whatever. And then got that hooked back up. Map sensor harness. Yeah, man, that's it. That's how you do it, man. It took me probably about a half hour. Probably take you a little, take somebody about a half hour or whatever your first time doing it. It's very easy, man. Just put everything back the way you got it, man. That's all you gotta do. But hope this video helped you out, man. I'm gonna start this bad boy up. All right, man, let's see. Uh-oh. There you go. Woo! A little scary there. Window down. I disconnected my battery too while I was doing all of that, so that's why all of this is popping up. All right, man, for the moment of truth, let's go for a little ride. Let it learn the system. See if I feel a little something, man. I feel like I hear my cam a little bit more. It feels smooth. It feels real smooth. Ooh. Yeah, it feels good, man. I ain't getting on it too hard. I'm just riding around town for a little minute, then I'll get on the highway. We in tour mode. Put it in sport mode. And I couldn't wait till we got to the highway, man. This mug pulling. Top end, it felt like it just wanted to keep going, man. Gonna stay, boy. Time for me to exit. Woo! Yeah, that was nice. That was pulling good, man. That was a nice pull. Yes, sir. Definitely worth the buy, man. Definitely worth the buy. definitely worth the buy, man. On that note, I'm gonna end this video here, man. I'm gonna go home. I got stuff to do today. I hope y'all liked the video, man. Please like, share, and subscribe. This was the Lt2 intake manifold installation. My first time doing it. Took me about a half hour, maybe 40 minutes or something. My first time doing it. But hey, I hope the video helped, man. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's free, it's painless as always. Until next time, man. I'm out.